I'm not saying nothing on that one.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, friends. It's so very nice to be with all of you here today. We are gathered here today for a very special reason indeed. And I know that you all know about the wonderful, impeccably sterling reputation of today's subject. Folks, for so many terrific years, Amway products have been synonymous with high quality and even higher consumer value. In addition, Dave turned 40 a couple weeks ago. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan James and I am truly and humbly honored to be able to speak with you all today. Why me? How did I get so lucky to hold this microphone today? Well, for those of you that know a little bit about my past, well, I guess you can say that it's no small miracle that I'm even standing at all. I suppose one could say I have a bit of a checkered past, and it's absolutely true. I've hung around with a lot of shady people over the years. Losers, drunks, drug addicts, drug dealers, disgusting, desperate whores. But to have you all here today is a really special treat indeed. So thank you. I see so many familiar faces, so many nice, warm smiles, and Dave's too. Blaze! Blaze is here with us today. How about a hand for Blaze, everybody? Come on, clap. Give it up for Blaze. If he doesn't reinflate his ego every 10 minutes, we're going to have to get the compressor out of Steve's garage and inject compliments and steroids into his ass flesh until he pumps back up. And yes, that is his real name, Blaze. It's an Italian name. It's short for bloated and lazy. I mean, Jesus, Blaze, I've seen less bloated bodies fished out of the East River on CSI New York. Jesus Christ. Christ, you're fucking huge. I mean, does AXA pay you in gravy? You get your commission in ribs and mayonnaise? Can someone please go get Blaze some bug spray, please? Seriously, can someone go get some Blaze some insect repellent? Because every fucking mosquito that bites you is going to need a prescription for Lipitor, you fat fuck. Okay, all right. All right, Blaze, I'm sorry. Now, Blaze, I know what you're thinking. That's because your hairline has receded so far I can see into your fucking skull. I know what you're thinking. But seriously, I know what you're thinking. You and I, are here to honor someone special tonight. A very dear, dear friend of ours. Someone with whom we've shared so many memories, personal triumphs, and intimate moments. And man, I just cannot believe Max Hardcore is supposed to show up here tonight. I mean, that is the guy who wrote and directed the entire Butt Fuck Sluts Go Nuts trilogy. I mean, what an honor. It's incredible. You know, Blaze is the only guy I know that watches porn and shoots his load when the pizza delivery guy shows up. You know, I let my wife Becky read some of my Blaze jokes, and she said, "You better be careful he doesn't kick your ass." But I reassured her that the next thing Blaze kicks is the bucket of chicken, and then the bucket of biscuits, and then the bucket of mashed potatoes, and then you'll die of a massive coronary. So, honey, there's nothing to worry about. It's fine. It's all in good fun. I know everyone here is a good sport, but enough about Blaze. And I'm sure that's the only time in his fucking disgustingly selfish life he's ever heard those words, "enough about Blaze." But I'm glad you're here, Blaze. Shit, I haven't seen you this excited since the Olive Garden's all-you-can-eat unlimited salad and breadsticks. But anyway, on to our man of the hour here. That means Dave, right? Sorry, it says man here. Dave! Dave! Somebody want to wake him up? Dave! Okay, good, thanks. Now, this man just celebrated 4 decades as a carbon-based life form. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big happy coming out of a 40-year coma hand for Mr. Dave Ferrigno? Come on, give it up for him, folks. Happy birthday, buddy. All right. So a few weeks ago, I said to Blaze, you know, we should roast Dave for his 40th birthday. And Blaze said, as a piece of barely chewed porterhouse gristle slowly churned through his arteries. And then he said, okay, the problem. Roast Dave? How the fuck do you roast someone with the personality of a boring corpse? You know, growing up and hanging out with Dave was just like that movie, Weekend at Bernie's. Except without the fun, or jokes, or laughs, or smiles, or Andrew McCarthy. Just an emotionless cadaver in Nike sneakers being dragged around by two men whose lives peaked in the 80s. You know, it really is an honor to see Dave out of doors and over a mile away from home, so close to dusk. Dave, I'm assuming you're DVRing Murder, She Wrote so you can be with us here tonight? We thank you for that. Thanks, Dave. Christ, Dave, you're so fucking boring. You make Ned Flanders look like Charlie Sheen. But they say talk is cheap, and so is Dave. He's picked up more change off the ground than Michael J. Fox at a parking meter. Dave's more of a closeted Jew than Anne Frank, except Dave's a lot quieter. And no one would ever fucking be interested in reading Dave's diary. And even if you did, he would fucking charge you for it. Dave's like a Jewish canoe, he never fucking tips. You know, it's so nice to see Dave's friend here. By the way, Maria, I've got about 5 more minutes of material if you want to start warming up Dave's milk and fluffing his Back to the Future pillow. You know, in fact, it's pretty well known that Dave's favorite movie is Back to the Future. And that really makes perfect sense. It's set in the safe, idealized, white bread utopia of prosperous 1950s Americana, where the utter absurdity of a black man holding public office is the running joke. Oh, Dave, you poor bastard. Now you actually live in a time when Goldie Wilson is president. Though you really don't do much living, to be fair. More like existing. That still sounds too fucking alive for you. I don't know. Dave, you're so fucking boring and conservative. The only thing on your bucket list is a reminder to check the Consumer Reports issue on buckets. Exactly. Dave, you used to be so indecisive, but now you're not so sure anymore. You never answered a fucking yes or no question with anything other than some fucking variation of maybe in your life. I mean, it is a fucking miracle you got married. Your beautiful wife, Maria, is the only living proof that you finally answered at least one fucking question in your life with definitive conviction. Though I have to tell you, at your wedding, when I saw such a short, hairy man put a ring on his finger, I thought you were going to disappear, you fucking hobbit-looking motherfucker. Dave, unfortunately, not everyone could make it here tonight. Our friend Gene Crescenzi wanted to be here, but he got stuck in a 12-year-old. But Dave, you're here. Thanks for coming. Maria's here. Blaze is here. Steve is here. Randy's here. It's great. I mean, Jesus Christ, there's so many short ethnic people here. I feel like I'm in the waiting room at Hamilton Connections. Did you guys all come here packed together in the same box truck? But Dave's a hard-working guy. He puts in long hours over there at Hamilton Connections. I suppose you could say that the work Dave does is helping to stimulate the economy. But that's only because his employees' body cavities are packed with balloons full of methamphetamine. Dave's interviewed and monitored more aliens than Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones combined. Yes, that's a Men in Black joke. In fact, those are the only people Dave won't hire, or ever let come near his daughter. You know, the Italians aren't exactly known for their fondness of the blacks, and make no mistake, Dave is about as Italian as they come. I mean, Dave, you've got so much fucking oil in your hair and skin, the American army wants to evade you. You know, some people say Dave's just a dumb guinea. Anyway, so Dave's 40 years old. Dave's 40 years old, so I guess that makes his parents 158 or something like that. They say life is full of happy little accidents. Considering Dave is closer in age to his daughter than his brothers and sisters, I guess Mom and Pop Ferrigno should be proud of their little oopsie. Though to be fair, the only pill around in their days was experimental penicillin. Now, Maria, wherever you are, you have an adorable child of your own. And you have sweet little Elisa, too. Speaking of Elisa, you have a beautiful, amazing daughter there. Dave, at what age are you going to tell her you had her specifically for her hair stem cells? When you warned Ellie to stay away from the rat poison, does she know you make your CD collection? Oh, Dave, Jesus. Of all the people I've met throughout my entire life, you, my friend, you're one of them. I tried to think of a way to understand and describe David Ferrigno the man, a way to encapsulate your very essence, the true description of your soul. And this is the best I could come up with. It's a coupon for Just for Men gel.
Works great.
Dave, you really are the human embodiment of playing it safe with just a velveteen touch of shallow, materialistic narcissism. I love you, my man. You've been the sobering yin to my raging yang all these years, and I want to thank you for being so patient and so kind to me as I spent all those years as an insecure, belligerent, drunken asshole, picking fights, passing out, and just being an overall loud and obnoxious, raging embarrassment to you. My God, man, Dave, you had every right on thousands of occasions to punch my fucking smart-ass teeth down my vodka-stained throat, and you never did. And once again, here today, as our friends bear witness before us, I just want to say, heartfelt and sincerely, thank you. Thank you for being such a pussy. I love you, Dave. Happy 40th birthday, brother. And here's to 40 more years of silently blending into the background of life until you die unknown and not having mattered or made a difference. So a toast, ladies and gentlemen. A toast to Dave Ferrigno. Cheers, brother. I love you. Cheers, brother.
Jewish version of a canoe.
Thanks for being a good sport. All right, folks, hang on. We're not done yet. Hang on. All right, Rain's got to get a beer. Hang on. Keep the tape rolling, Jack. All right, folks, our next roaster will be appearing in many of the local obituaries in the coming week. Slowly but fatty tumorly on his way to the podium next. You all know him from the hideous wheezing sound of his labored breathing and the sickening shuffle of his pale, bloodless, soon-to-be amputated diabetic feet. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice but quick, very quick, please folks, he doesn't have much time, round of applause followed by a solemn eulogy for Mr. Blaze Genone.